Okay, so we going to chapter 17, up to chapter up to 17, 18. Okay. Watch the things too, man.
Yahweh spake unto Mashah, saying, Speak unto the children of Yashar'alan, and take every one of them a rod according to the house of their fathers, of all the princes according to the house of their fathers, 12 rods. Write thou every man's name upon his rod.
So it says the house of their fathers. All right. So these are different men from the tribes of Yashar'alan. Okay. So it's two. Joseph, remember, had two, Ephraim and Manasseh. Okay, Manasseh. Okay. So after Moses and Yahweh and Aaron dealt with the situation of the rebellion, now what are they doing? Now they're saying, okay, while everything is clear, we're going to go ahead and set everything up so people can be sure what it is that we're doing and what is the structure that the Most High have chosen. So this is the structure that we're seeing that Yahweh have chosen. This is what he's telling them to do in order for people to know this is how it must be done. Go ahead.
And thou shalt write Aharon's name upon the rod of Loyah, for one rod shall be for the head of the house of their fathers. Mm-hmm. And thou shalt lay them in the tabernacle of the congregation for the testimony where I will meet with you. And it shall come to pass that the man's rod whom I shall choose shall blossom, and I will make to cease from me the murmurings of the children of Yashar'alan, whereby they murmur against you. And
so Moses is saying, look, I'm going to show the people that you the one that's chosen, that y'all the ones, the Levites the one I'm dealing with in terms of leadership at this particular time, to be communicating with the Most High powers and to be offering los sacrificios, the sacrifices, al Altísimo, to the Most High. And he has to do this. Él tiene que hacer eso because everybody wants to be in charge. Todo el mundo quiere estar encargado. But nobody wants to pay the price. Nadie quiere pagar el precio to be in leadership, para estar en liderazgo. You understand? ¿Me entienden? Hay un precio que tiene que pagar. There's a price you have to pay. A veces for leadership. At times, a veces para liderazgo. At times for leadership. Hay un precio. There's a price. Y a veces es barato, a veces muy caro. And sometimes the price for leadership is high. Sometimes the price for leadership is very low. But at a certain point, it's going to have to be sacrifices. A un punto cierto, va a tener que hacer un sacrificio grande. At a certain point, you're going to have to make a big sacrifice. Go ahead, Khan.
And Mashah spake unto the children of Yashar'alan, every one of their princes gave him a rod apiece, for each prince one, according to their father's house, even 12 rods, and the rod of Aharon was among their rods. And Mashah laid up the rods before Yahweh in the tabernacle of witness. And it came to pass that on the morrow, Mashah went into the tabernacle of witness.
So you got all of the 12 rods. Go ahead.
And behold, the rod of Aharon for the house of Loyah was budded and brought forth buds and blossoms and yielded almonds.
So that one little stick started to grow. It started to grow. It started to bring forth blossoms, flowers, and then it brought forth almonds. So almond nuts were on the stick that they put inside there. Just boom, bloomed like that. Go ahead.
And Masha brought out all the rods from before the
And it did that so people can know this is the one that the Most High have chosen. This is the miracle stick.
Right.
In other words. This is the miracle stick. All right. And it had nothing to do with 50 Cent. It's a real stick. All right. But nothing magic about it. The Most High made Aaron's stick to blossom. So Aaron's stick blossomed to show us what? To end all of the challenges that that Moses was getting. Everybody wanted to challenge the leadership of Moses because he was very meek. He didn't deal with things in a very aggressive and violent way. Except if you was an African in Egypt, Mizraimite, killing one of his, being evil toward one of his people, in which case he gonna bury you in the sand. But everybody keep challenging Masha. They keep challenging his leadership, challenging who's supposed to be in charge. And time after time, Moses said, okay, you want to challenge Moses, you get leprosy. You want to challenge Moses, I'm going to kill you. You want to challenge Moses, I'm going to let the ground open up to swallow you down. This is what keeps happening. Okay? Shakata.
And Masha brought out and Yahweh said unto Masha, bring Aharon's rod again before the testimony to be kept for a token. Verse 9. And Masha brought out all the rods from before Yahweh unto all the children of Yasha'Allah, and they looked and took every man his rod.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahweh said unto Masha, bring Aharon's rod again before the testimony to be kept for a token against the rebels.
Against the what?
The rebels.
The what?
The rebels.
So why they call these people rebels? Because they were challenging the Torah leadership of Yasha'Allah. They call you a rebel. When you in your mind say, you know what? I think that I should be the one. I think that the rest of us should be in challenge, should be in league in this power that Moses has. The Most High said you're a rebel. The Most High said you're a rebel. Rebel wasn't about no organization. Sedition. Rebellion against the lawful authority. Rebel wasn't about no organization. Rebel was about the nation. Right, Shakata? Rebel was about the nation. Rebel was about you challenging the position that the Most High had men in about the leadership of Yasha'Allah, keeping the commandments, setting up the structure. Moses gave us laws. He set up the structure of our government, and he led us from our captivity. That's what he did. So now read that verse again. What verse you in?
Verse 10.
Read that again.
And Yahweh said unto Masha, bring Aharon's rod again before the testimony to be kept for a token against the rebels, and thou shalt quite take away their murmuring from me that they die not. And Masha did so as Yahweh commanded him.
So the children of rebellion, the rebels, the ones that keep challenging, well, I think y'all should be in leadership. You got to pay the price. Moses paid the price. Moses spent 40 years, huh?
Who put you in charge?
Yeah, who put you in charge? Moses spent 40 years in exile away from his people and did not return until the Most High appeared to him in the form of a burning bush that was not consumed by the fire. And then when the Most High told him to do what he wanted him to do, he had to have a persuasive conversation with him. Okay. Go ahead.
And Masha did so as Yahweh commanded him. So he and the church of Yasha'Allah spake unto Masha, saying, behold, we die, we perish, we all perish. Whatsoever cometh anything near unto the tabernacle of Yahweh shall die. Shall we be consumed with dying? Kala Shara,
Kala Shara,
the body Yahweh,
the body Yahweh,
not Aisha,
not Isha,
not Shemai.
wa not Shami.
All that Yahweh has said,
All that Yahweh has said,
what we do in here,
what we do and hear. What you got to say about it? The chapter 17. What stands out in that chapter to you? What's the most important part of the chapter, you think? What's the most important thing that the chapter teaches us? Or one of the important things, I should say, that the chapter teaches us? Mm-hmm. Who was stubborn in this chapter?
Nobody was stubborn in this chapter.
Okay.
But it took this chapter for them to stop being stubborn.
All right, so what happened in this chapter for them to stop being stubborn? Oh, don't speak too soon, young man. I don't think we finished with the stubborn and the rebellions yet. But, you know, he put a cap on it for a little while. We put a cap on it. Hey, look, we didn't even get to, we haven't even gotten to spy out the land yet, have we? Then we spied the land after this. And they was like, oh, we're going to die. You did it to us again. The people, we like grasshoppers to them. And Moses, you know what? Y'all just go 40 days it took y'all to get here. Now, this is 40 days in, man. Did it happen already? When did it happen? Okay. So this is like what, about a few months after we left Egypt? It's like a few months. All right, Salakia. So this is we just left Egypt a little while ago. And we walking. And everybody want to keep challenging and challenging and challenging, man. And they keep rebelling. Up to this day right now. This very hour. Some child is rebelling. But your donation of a hickory stick to the National Anti-Children Rebellion Fund can help end the poverty of obedience. Okay? But now, so you see everybody's rebelling. So the Most High said this is rebellion. So what happens in this chapter that helped to nullify the rebellion? Can you push that back a little bit? The ventana? Come. Go ahead.
An organized declaration of the hierarchy.
Just a the HIC, the head Hebrew in charge. Okay. So now he said, okay, this is the one that's supposed to be in charge. Aaron. I've chosen him. I've chosen Aaron. All right. Who's controlling all of this? Yahweh's controlling all of this. So at the end of the day, you can do and say what you want to do and say. But it's going to be the Most High that determines who's going to be up and who's going to be down. In the scriptures, in Psalm chapter 75, verse 7, it said, but Yahweh is the judge. He setteth down one and setteth up another. Okay? All right, so let's go into chapter 18, and you're going to go to 18:18. Go ahead.
And Yahweh said unto Aharon, thou and thy sons and thy father's house with thee shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary, and thou and thy sons with thee shall bear the iniquity of your priesthood, and thy brethren also of the tribe of Loyah, the tribe of thy father.
You see that? Every Levite was not a priest. So every Levite did not go and make in the office of the priest. Only the sons of Aaron. Okay?
Bring thou with thee, that they may be joined unto thee and minister unto thee. But thou and thy sons with thee shall minister before the tabernacle of witness, and they shall keep thy charge and the charge of all tabernacle. Only they shall not come nigh the vessels of the sanctuary and the altar, that neither they nor ye also die. And they shall be joined unto thee, and keep the charge of the tabernacle of the congregation for all the service of the tabernacle. And a stranger shall not come nigh unto you. And ye shall keep the charge of the sanctuary and the charge of the altar, that there be no wrath any more upon the children of Yasha'Allah.
So the Most High is like saying, look, this is who needs to do what. Okay?
And I, behold, have taken your brethren, the Levites, from among the children of Yasha'Allah. To you they are given as a gift for Yahweh, to do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. Therefore thou and thy sons with thee shall keep your priest office for everything of the altar. I have given your priest office unto you as a service of gift, and the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death.
The stranger is not talking about the people of the different nations right now. He's talking about the people that's not chosen to do that specific task. That's what the stranger meant. They weren't chosen to do that job. Okay?
You think it would be kind of better? Like alien, the word alien, better.
I mean,
because they're alien to the family, but it also works in the same sense.
I think the word is gar. I found a lot of times if you use the Hebrew word, it kind of ends and then use the context of it. You know? So everybody else is alienated, right? From that job. But they can't really be strangerized, can they?
Estranged?
Nah. Estranged in the sense of being attached to something properly and then just negatively drifting away from it. Which is not what this is saying, right? But estranged means you make yourself in a stranger type of state. All right, go ahead.
And Yahweh spake unto Aharon, behold, I also have given thee the charge of my heap offering of all the hallowed things of the children of Yasha'Allah. Unto thee have I given them by reason of the anointing, and to thy sons by an ordinance forever. This shall be thine of the most holy things reserved from the fire, every oblation of theirs, every meat offering of theirs, and every sin offering of theirs, and every trespass offering of theirs, which they shall render unto me, shall be most holy for thee and for thy sons.
Go ahead.
In the most holy place shalt thou eat it. Every male shall eat it. It shall be holy unto thee. And this is thine, the heap offering of their gift, with all the wave offerings of the children of Yasha'Allah. I have given them unto thee, and to thy sons and to thy daughters with thee, by a statute forever. Everyone that is clean in thy house shall eat of it.
So when these offerings were offered up to the Most High, some offerings, the Levites could eat of those offerings. Okay, go ahead.
All the best of the oil, all the best of the wine, of the wheat, the first fruits of them, which they shall offer unto Yahweh, them have I given thee. And whatsoever is first ripe in the land.
And even the first fruits. When we took the first harvest up to Jerusalem, the Levites would eat that too. Okay, go ahead.
Which they shall bring unto Yahweh shall be thine. Everyone that is clean in thy house shall eat of it.
Clean meaning people that Shalom Yazar. Clean meaning that a woman that's not on her cycle, or a man that hasn't been near a dead body. Clean is talking about tahar. And we make things a lot more clear when we understand the Hebrew concept and we use the Hebrew word. For example, we don't say unclean, we say tama'ah. We don't say clean, we say tahar. Right? We say tahar. Go ahead.
Everything devoted in Yasha'Allah shall be done.
Devote their fields. All those things belong to the Levites to use for their own purposes. Go ahead.
Everything that openeth the matrix and all flesh, which they bring unto Yahweh, whether it be of man or breast, shall be thine.
Man or beast.
Man or beast shall be thine. Nevertheless, the firstborn of man shalt thou surely redeem, and the firstling of unclean beasts shalt thou redeem. And those that are to be redeemed from a month old shall thou redeem, according to thine estimation, for the money of 5 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary, which is 20 gerahs. The firstling of a cow, or the firstling of a sheep, or the firstling of a goat, thou shalt not redeem. They are holy. Thou shalt sprinkle their blood upon the altar. Thou shalt burn their fat for an offering made by fire, for a sweet savor.
So that fat that was offered as a sweet savor to Yahweh is talking about the kalab. All right, go ahead.
And the flesh of them shall be thine, as the wave breast and the right shoulder are thine.
All right, go ahead.
That's 18.
All right. So that's just giving them ordinances for what belongs to them, different sacrifices that they make, and how to offer these sacrifices, and as well as who can eat it. So the Most High is all about structure and order. And if somebody would have came and done something outside of what they were told to do, somebody extra coming to do it, the Most High killed them. Okay, the Most High kills that person. All right, and he's on a roll now. The time's gonna come now, and that stuff's gonna start happening again. Okay, shalom, Adriana, shalom. So the time is coming. The Most High is gonna start to kill the people that are disobedient again. Okay. Llegará los tiempos cuando el Altísimo va a matar los que no quieren obedecerlo otra vez. Right now we're in a time of His mercy. Ahora estamos en los tiempos de su misericordia, de su piedad. Okay. I go ahead. Okay, so Amaria, we're gonna have you start back off. Read the last 14 verses from Numbers chapter 18, verse 19 through 32. Estamos en el libro de Números, capítulo 18, versículo 19. Okay. Okay, waiting on you. Oh, you called it, right?
Mariam, Barak.
Ya, Barak, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh. Oh, really? You got some super strength to notice that. How did you notice that? Man. Hey, hit that switch on there, Mario. Yeah, we need that on. Put it back on. All right. So in Numbers chapter 18, verse 19. Go ahead.
All the heave offerings of the holy things which the children of Yahshua offer unto Yahweh have I given thee and thy sons and thy
Read a little louder.
With thee by statute
Come over.
forever. It is a covenant of salt forever before Yahweh unto thee and to thy seed with thee. And Yahweh spake unto Aaron, and thou shalt have part among them.
So the Levites did not get any permanent inheritance settlements. In the territory, they had their own territory. They could have land that was like spread around the whole country, but they didn't have a territory per se. Okay. Go ahead.
I am thy part and thine inheritance among the children of Yahshua. And behold, I have given the children of Levi all the tenth in Yahshua.
All the 10% of the grain and the crops and the livestock and things of that nature they grew. Go ahead.
For an inheritance for their servants which they serve. Even the servants of the tabernacle of congregation.
So that was their pay. 10% of everything that Israel had, that Israel grew, belonged to the priests. The Levites per se, the Levites specifically. The family of Levi. All right. Go ahead.
Neither must the children of Yahshua henceforth come lest they bear sin and die. But the Levites shall do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, and when they shall bear their iniquity, it shall be a statute forever throughout your generations.
Okay.
That among the children of Yeshua have no inheritance, but the tithes of the children of Yeshua, which they offer as a heave offering unto Yahweh, I have given to the Levites to inherit.
So these are the tithes, the 10%, and the heave offering that people will bring. These things were given to the Levites as inheritance, and they got these things every so often. Like I think maybe twice a year, if not mistaken. Go ahead.
And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, Thus speak unto the Levites, and say unto them, When you take of the children of Yeshua the tithes which I have given you from them for your inheritance, then you shall offer up a heave offering of it for Yahweh, even the 10th part of the tithe. And this is your heave offering shall be reckoned unto you. As to it were the corn, the wine press. Thus he also shall offer heave offering unto Yahweh of all your tithes, which you receive of a Yahweh's heave offering to Aharon, the priest.
So you see that? So the high priest got a 10th of the 10th. So imagine 1% of all of the agricultural produce in the country being given to one person. That means the country produces, $300 million worth of certain crops, that the high priest would get $3 million out of that. So this is like a major job that they were doing that the Most High said compensate them for this job. And there was a specific tribe and a specific family, and even within that tribe, the Levite. And out of Levi, it was Aaron. Go ahead.
Out of all your gifts, you shall offer every heave offering of Yahweh, of all the best thereof, even the hollow part thereof out of it. Therefore, thou shalt say unto them, when ye have heaved the best thereof from it, then it shall be counted unto the Levites as the increase of the threshing floor, as the increase of the wine press.
So, man, they gave it like as if it was their own stuff. Go ahead.
And ye shall eat in every place, ye and your households, for it is your reward for your service in the tabernacle of the congregation.
So he said, this food is your reward for the work that you're doing for me, for the sacrifices that you're doing with your time to be working with me and doing these sacrifices, and to be working with me and making sure things in the temple are in order, to be working with me and making sure that the sins of the children of Yasha'Allah are going through a specific process so that they can get rid of those sins. Go ahead.
And you shall bear no sin by reason of it, when ye have heaved from it the best of it, neither shall you pollute the holy things of the children of Yasha'Allah, lest ye die.
Kalashara, the body Yahweh, Naisha, Wanashami. All they have said, what we're doing here. All right, let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 11. Let's see. So 11:14. 1 Samuel chapter 11, verse 14 through 12:22. Okay, go ahead.
Then Samuel to the people. Then said Samuel to the people, "Come and let us go to Gilgal and renew the kingdom there." And all the people went to Gilgal, and there they made Saul king before Yahweh.
So Moses was the leader that was set up. And now later on, Israel wants a leader to be a king over them. They don't want the type of system with the 70 elders. They want the type of system where we got one monarch, one king. Read.
And there they sacrifices of peace offerings before Yahweh. And there Saul and all men of Israel rejoiced greatly. And Samuel said unto all Israel, Behold, I have hearkened unto your voice and all that ye said unto me.
So Samuel said, I listened to what y'all said. Go ahead.
And have made a king over you.
And I made Saul the king over you. Go ahead.
And now, behold, the king walketh before you. I am old and gray-headed, and behold, my sons are with you, and I have walked before you from my childhood unto this day. Behold, here I am, witness against me before Yahweh, and before his anointed.
What does Samuel mean that I walked before you since I was a child? Remember when his father had two wives? Samuel's father had two wives. The one wife had babies. The other wife, what's her name? Penina. She didn't have babies. All right. Then you got Elkanah, okay, which is the man, his father, and then you have Hannah, which is his mother. Hannah couldn't have children, but she was still the wife, and the other wife had children. The other wife could have children. So Hannah went and prayed that Yahweh would give her a son, a baby, and the Most High gave her a baby. And Samuel, from the time he was 3 years old, was at with Eli, right? Doing the work of the Most High. In a priest setting, a priest type environment. Everybody got that? So he had been in the service of the people since he was 3 years, all his life, basically. Go ahead.
Whose ox have I taken, or whose ass have I taken, or whom have I defrauded? Whom have I oppressed? Or whose?
So he haven't done nothing evil to nobody. That's what he's saying. Go ahead.
Or of whose hand have I received any bribe to blind my eyes therewith? And I will restore it. And I will restore it to you. And they said, Thou hast not defrauded us, nor oppressed us, neither hast thou taken aught of any man's hand.
So he said, no, you haven't done nothing wrong to nobody, man. You cool. Go ahead.
And he said unto them, Yahweh is witness against you, and his anointed is witness. This day, that ye have not found aught in my hand. And they answered, He is witness. And Samuel said unto people, It is Yahweh that advanced my shot around, and that brought you.
Yahweh did what? Come closer. Read a little louder. Is Yahweh that what?
Advanced my shot around.
That advanced, right? What verse you in?
6.
It is Yahweh that did what? That advanced Masha and Aharon. Read.
And brought your fathers up.
And that
brought your fathers up out of the land of Egypt.
So Yahweh advanced Moses and Aaron, just letting us know that what we read about, the Most High was in charge of that. He the one that set up Moses and Aaron to be leaders in Yasharallah. And we got to respect that. Go ahead.
Now therefore stand still, that I may reason with you before Yahweh of all the righteous acts of Yahweh, which he did to you and to your fathers.
Mm-hmm.
When Jacob was come into Egypt, and your fathers cried unto Yahweh, then Yahweh sent Moshe and Aharon, which brought forth your fathers out of Egypt, and made them dwell in this place. And when they forgot Yahweh the Elohim, he sold them into the hand of Syria, captain of the host of Hazor, and into the hand of the Philistines, and into the hand of the king of Moab, and they fought against them. And they cried unto Yahweh, and said, We have sinned, because we have forsaken Yahweh, and have served Baalim in Ashtaroth. But now deliver us out of the hand of our enemies.
They said they served who? Balaam and Ashtaroth, right? Ashtaroth is who our people serving now when they follow that crescent moon, which is Ishtar, which is also called what? Ishtar. What else, Amari?